So, King-Ohger Episode 1, I honestly don't know how I'm going to make this a full-fledged review / recap, discussion, rambling, because most of this episode is a bit of a clip show, and although it's a clip show, it did have some funny scenes in between with everything going on, but overall this episode is a glorified clip show as it recaps some of the events and the people that rule the kingdom. So, the whole premise of this episode, as it begins with Daigorg invading the country, and then it rewinds to moments later, as Gira is unsure about him being a king. But then Jeremy drops this interesting lore that one of the previous founders of the kingdom took on all the other founders of their kingdom and then split it all up, but there's also something else that he started, and that is, if you can beat me trial by combat, then you can get whatever you want. And that's what this episode turns into, is wacky silly fun, where Gira is bested by each one of the other rulers, and then they get demands at the end. While this is all going on, you have Doga, who ran away from the kingdom, is looking for another job. So he goes to each one of the other kingdoms, and he's talking to all the retainers, he's going through all these tastes and trials as he has these job interviews, and each step of the way he fails very hard. But of course, you get some comedic effects with that going on. Same with the Gira stuff, you get some funny gags leading up to the trials, leading up to the job interviews, with everything going on. Like Gira gets a quiz from Yanma asking what shoe god does he control, and Gira says god Tombo, and then that's wrong because he can control all of them, which they can control all of them. He does a cooking contest and a piano contest with Himino and Dabowski, and then with Rita it's a staring contest, and when Rita unzips their little zipper thing, Gira sees their face and he starts laughing, which is kind of the direction I wasn't thinking would go in, because the face that Gira makes when he sees Rita's face is sort of like when you see the face from the chick from The Ring, so I thought he was either horrified, but I guess Rita was making a funny face that made him lose the staring contest, so I guess that was up with that, because when everyone else runs to see Rita's actual face, because no one's seen it, they zip it up really quickly, so I guess all the other rangers don't know what Rita looks like. And then while that's going on, like I said, you've got Doga, he's doing his job interviews, he tries doing the hacking contest, he tries carrying tea on his head, he reveals his face to one of Dabowski's people, and one of the laws there is those people can't reveal their faces, so they can't reveal like what they wear under the little sack, and then he almost gets the job under Rita's kingdom, but he can't handle the cold, and he probably can't handle Morphina, so there's that. So there's some really funny gags in this episode as each of the characters are going through their trials and interviews and stuff like that, so a lot of fun, but I feel like there's not enough to pad out with this episode with talking about it. So the episode concludes with Doga returning back home, wanting to work under Gira, and Gira happily gives him a job because he's gonna need all the help he can get because he lost all the challenges, and all the other rulers want some crazy things. Yanma wants to control all the shoe gods, Dabowski wants all the soil and agriculture, Himino wants fashion, and Rita wants adventures with Mofin to air in their country first before anyone else. So there's some pretty outlandish stuff. But then suddenly Daigorg attacks, and we pick up where the episode began, and Gira confronts him. And we get this really cool bit where Gira transforms with the crown and the lance, and then there's a scene where he's running away, and you have no idea why he's running away. He's just running away slowly towards someone, but then he ends up saving one of the kids, and he gives it to Doga, and he says, "Take them away safely, I'll handle it from here." And while that's going on, you have all the other Ohgers show up, and then the battle begins to fight Daigorg and defeat him once and for all. Well, I say once and for all, I say once in this episode. He's probably going to come back, he's probably going to be a major player moving forward. I don't know why I said once and for all, but it's having a big showdown with Daigorg, as this guy's been built up to be this big threat, and now it looks like he's actually finally doing stuff, as he's taking on, like, Gira's country and really the wreck shit. So we'll see that pick up next week with supposedly the castle finally making its debut, so that'll be something to see. Definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, this episode of King-Ohger was an alright episode. I still enjoyed it, I still thought it was a fun watch through, but it was kind of a different paced episode from what we've been seeing most recently after the big story arc we had last week wrapping up. So we got kind of a clip show, but also something leading into something bigger for next week. So I guess my prediction was out the window where I said we'd probably get slower paced episodes before like episode 26 or something once the movie comes out, or after the movie comes out. So I guess I was totally wrong about that, but it is what it is. But anyway guys, this was an alright episode of Gates. It's probably not going to do that well because it was a clip show episode, so I don't know how many people are going to show up for this review. So if it bombs, it bombs, but hey, I'm still having fun watching this show. But anyway guys, what did you think of this episode of King-Ohger? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. And with that said, I'm out of here. Have a wonderful day or night, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, take care, bye.